Hi, everybody. My name is Angela, and I'm here with Trinity.
Hi, everyone. I am the co-pres of UPAW and currently in my fourth year HSP path.
So first question is, what types of courses do you have to take in third and fourth year HSP path?
So for the third year HSP path, you have to take the full year pharmacology 3620, the physiology 3120, and then the pathology was 3500. And so those ones are all required. And then you can also have an option between taking a 0.5 course of various other things. I personally took the cell physiology, which was 3140, so I can answer questions based on that. And then also you have to take, I think, another full year course, which is histology. But for me, I took microimmunology as well as the anatomy second year courses in replace of those. So I kind of tried to do a little bit of different things that most people don't do, just to lighten the load for third year, which I would highly recommend. But there is a document, it's like a whole checklist of all the courses that we have to take. In the fourth year, it's required to have 4400 path, which is environmental pathology. We have 4500 forensics, and then there's an option between a few others. I took 4200, which is human pathology in first semester, and can also have options between taking another methods type of course. It's 3700 third year course, and then I also took 4100 One Health essay course, which I highly recommend as well.
So the next question is, what are the most challenging aspects of studying path?
So I think in third year, it was a lot more challenging than fourth year was, or is. So third year, I would say the most challenging thing is just trying to balance all the studying because everything is like a weekly, like once you start midterms, you're not stopping. There's a midterm one week and then next one the following week, etc. You do structure it really nicely so that whatever you're learning in fun, you're also learning in quiz, which is great, and same with path. But at the same time, I think a lot of details are hard to really retain. So I thought it was challenging in that sense. Also just trying to have that endurance and stamina to keep on going throughout third year with all those full year courses. I think with fourth year, it's a lot better. It's all fact-based. It's a lot of memorization, but you can easily retain it, just because you're only focusing on let's say one course versus multiple courses at a time. And so last semester I structured my, semester so that I can kind of try to balance as many heavy courses in the first semester similar to the ones that I have in second semester, if that makes sense. So it's not all piled in one semester. And so by doing so, I only had one hard course last semester and 2 hard courses now. So it's a really nice change from third year where I was struggling and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to get this done and that done. It's like this, it's just midterms, exams, projects and stuff, but it's a lot more manageable. But you also have to be careful. I'm experiencing it easier, but I have other fellow colleagues that don't feel that way because they might have taken a heavier second.
So how competitive is the HSP pathology module?
So it's definitely based on your cohort and who's wanting to apply. And it's really hard to predict if you're going to get in or not because essentially yes, you can look at the admissions averages over the past 5 years or so and they have those stats up, but it's not representative of what would be your year. I think the most representative is looking back. Let's say if you're in third year and you're trying to apply for fourth year, that is a good determination if you'll continue in fourth year because whoever got in third year will most likely have a similar average going in as you do going into fourth year. But if you're trying to go from second year to third year, it fluctuates, right? The year I was going into, I think my previous year was a 90 average getting in. And then my year was an 87, 86, I think. So it really fluctuates and literally to the decimal it matters. But I would say it's relatively competitive. Only 16 people get in, but at the same time, PATH isn't a really widely known or widely wanted module. So if you do well in the required courses, I think it's pretty doable as well.
So are you doing a thesis right now? And if so, how's it going?
Yes, I am doing a thesis right now and it's going really well. I think my experience is definitely not the common or typical experience that most people in my cohorts have. Essentially for me, I'm doing more dry lab, an in lab, but it's a lot less heavily based on cell cultures and PCR and whatnot. For me, I ranked a research thesis project, more to do with just trying to learn techniques and protocols, but not really testing for an experiment. I don't have a personal research question to answer. I just have goals of my research project. So with that being said, I would say my experience in my thesis project is very good. I love my supervisor and I love doing what I have to get done. And The scheduling is very lenient. Like I can definitely be able to schedule around my class schedules and stuff like that. But then on the flip side of things, if you were to choose, and sometimes, it's not up to your choice, but if you were to rank a research project that's a lot more heavily lab based, you can be looking at like 11 to like 15 hours in the lab a week. And I have friends who maybe have 2 hours in between classes, but they have to go to the hospital quickly, do a cell culture, and then come back. So it's all dependent on what research project and who's your supervisor. So I would highly recommend really looking into that and knowing what you're capable of managing and wanting out of this project and this course. And then also structuring what courses you're taking based off of, or like structuring what kind of research you want to do based off the courses you already have. Yeah.
Are there any pathology-related research opportunities or extracurriculars you recommend getting involved in?
Yep. So I definitely have to say UPAW is a great way to get involved, especially no matter what year you are, either first, whatever. It's a great undergraduate club. And so this also you don't have to be specialized in pathology, but just have some form of an interest. And this can really get you involved in not only the courses, but also just getting a little bit better understanding of what pathology is like here at Western. And we also work relatively closely with some of the department members, so you can kind of get your foot in the door with that. Another thing is if you are someone who just kind of wants to dabble, we have the volunteer events, things like that. They're just like day events that anyone can really sign up for and volunteer that way. You can just put it on your resume, which is really great. And then another thing, if you're looking for summer opportunities or even yearly opportunities, it's really important maybe just to cold email, do your research, whatever you're interested in. I know there's a lot of things out there, a lot of different research and different types of supervisors who are specializing in different areas. So, if you find something you like, just try to email them, work out a template that just really states your passions, your experiences, and also just kind of your strengths and what you can use those strengths to kind of further help with their research and act as like a research student. And I know a lot of people have done that, and things like that. So I think that's great.
Well, that's the end of our questions. Thank you so much, Trinity, for answering them.
And I just want to thank you both for spending your time and asking these questions. And if anyone has any more questions, just be sure to DM UPAW Instagram account and we'll be sure to respond.
Bye.
Bye.